Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Nazir Jarmajo as usual, and welcome back to another exciting edition of our English segment right here on Kura TV, where we take a look at games and analyze them. And today too, we are going to take a look at games in the English Premier League as well as the FA Cup semi-final, because in England so many things will be happening this weekend, as well as in the Spanish La Liga, where Real Madrid will be up against Barcelona in the El Clasico. We'll take a look at that too. Yeah, right here in this English segment. It's been a while that we do this English segment because sometimes it's very difficult, to put these things together and do them at the same time all for all. It's very difficult. It's not easy. It's not easy, but I'll keep on trying my best. I'll even do more than my best to make sure I give you what you really wanted and why you are here on this our, fantastic channel, fabulous channel that has been delivering almost all the time. Let me hype myself a little bit. Yeah, sometimes you need to hype yourself because you need to have a level of arrogance before you get to carry out some jobs, and including this one self. Alright, without wasting anybody's time, let's get down to business right here and start with what is going to happen in England, because on Saturday, Arsenal will be back in action. Talking of the running in the English Premier League, the title race is still on, and Manchester City will be in action in the FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea. Let's start from Arsenal, the game that they will be playing at exactly 7:30 p.m. right there in England. Arsenal will have a chance to go top of the Premier League if they get to beat Wolves in that time. Wolves are a very difficult side somehow, but going into this one, they've got a lot of injuries. So many of them injuries, and so many of their first team starters, including Matthias Cunha, whom has been impressive in the last couple of weeks, and he has been out for 2 months, but he has got 13 goals this season, which is very, very impressive for a player like Matthias Cunha, whom has missed a couple of games for Wolves this season. And then Pedro Neto too is out, Nelson Semedo, as well as Craig Dawson. And Aid Nouri, according to speculations, he can only play 45 minutes in this one, as well as Juan Hinchank. Both of them can only play 45 minutes in this game for Wolves in this tie. So, Arsenal will be back in action in this one for the first time after getting knocked out of the Champions League. Mikel Arteta talked about the character of the team after that defeat against Aston Villa last weekend, whom for me, I never expected Arsenal to lose that game. I was like, if Arsenal are going to lose any game, it's going to be those three games between Manchester United, Tottenham, as well as Tottenham. Those games are very, very, are games that are carrying so much pressure on it there. The game is going to be tensed because it's somehow the game between Chelsea and Tottenham are London derbies, and for Man United, the rivalry that is between Arsenal and Manchester United is next level rivalry. So I think that is where they are going to get problems. But I was surprised when I saw them get beaten by Aston Villa. And at that time, they have to be thinking about Bayern Munich. But I put the blame on only one person. That is the coach. Talking of Mikel Arteta. It's him that made the wrong selection and the wrong setup for the team to play that game. He started with Jesus playing in the number 9 role, which I cannot remember the last time Jesus scored a goal. I cannot remember. But Kai Havertz has delivered in that role. Then why fix it when it is not broken? That was where Mikel Arteta messed things up, and at the end of the day, Arsenal got beaten against Aston Villa because they couldn't score. And as the game continued, Villa continued to grow in the game, and at the end of the day, they capitalized on the last 2 chances they had in the game and scored and won the game. And they went to Munich too, and they lost to Bayern Munich by a goal to 0 right there. They are out of the Champions League. Now their entire focus is playing in the Premier League and securing that title. They will not let it go just like that. They have to fight for it. And the first game they have to respond to that defeat against Aston Villa, as well as the one against Bayern Munich, has to be this game against Wolves at the Molineux. So many injuries for them. Yeah, you can talk about the problems that the team is facing with the injuries, which for me has given Arsenal that edge already before the start of the game. Because for a team like Wolves, how many players do they even have in the squad? 15 players that can say, yes, we are up to the required standard to play in the game. And most of these players that I mentioned are first-team players. So it is a big chance for Arsenal, whom have got no injuries. It's only Yuri and Timber that is out. And according to Mikel Arteta, even Yuri and Timber, the next step for him is to play with the under-21s. And then after that, they will start thinking of how he would be back and start playing for the team. He wants to come back this season. He wants to play. Era Militao is already back at Real Madrid. So maybe it's just the matter of a little bit of time before he too comes back and start playing for Arsenal. But we wait to see what is going to happen in the next couple of weeks for Yuri and Timber. But I can tell you this with my full chest, that I have my doubts over this Arsenal quest to win the Premier League. I have my own doubts. Yes, they still need a little bit of time to grow, and Mikel Arteta too needs a little bit of time to grow. But They need to put things together. And you see that lack of ruthlessness in the final third that is beginning to show again in the Arsenal team is a problem. And that is why speculations are already coming out again about Arsenal going in for a striker in the summer. Benjamin Sesko has been mentioned, Alexander Isak. Although Newcastle are quoting around £100 million, there is Victor Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon, to whom has been in the conversation for the last couple of weeks. So all of them are involved. All of them are involved. But we want to see what Arsenal can do in this tie against Wolves right there tomorrow. That is talking about Saturday. Because Arsenal, right now, they have got one of the best defenses in the league. And maybe they need a big performance quite alright in this one. But I think maybe it's high time for Mikel Arteta to rotate a little bit. Give the likes of Reus Nelson a chance to play. Give Emil Smith-Rowe a chance to play in this one. The season is not over, agreed yet, but save some legs. You've got Arsenal, you've got Chelsea to play over the course of next week. Yes, so give some players a chance to play. It is Wolves now. They can do it. Give them the chance. They are good now. The likes of Emil Smith-Rowe, so all of them are good players. They can help the team forward. Give them a chance. And that has been one of my problems with Mikel Arteta, especially from last season. He keeps on playing Bukayo Saka. He keeps on playing Gabriel Martinelli. He keeps on playing his favorite players that are available. You don't rest players. No, now. It's football now. All of them are not machines. At least give them a little bit of rest sometimes and see what is going to come out in the French players. Give them a chance too. We want to see what is going to happen. But if Arsenal gets to win this, then they will be top of the pile at the end of the day, because Liverpool will be playing on Sunday. Yes. Talking about Liverpool playing on Sunday too, they are also out of the Europa League. Arsenal out of the Champions League, City out too, Liverpool out of the Europa League. So that has put the Premier League in a very difficult position going forward with the coefficient ranking and the teams that will be playing in the Champions League. Because if England gets to finish top of that coefficient table, they'll have 5 teams in the Champions League next season. But right now, it is Italy that are sitting comfortably on top of that table. And Germany are following them just behind them in second place. And if Italy finish first in that coefficient ranking table, and one of Atlanta or Roma finish 6th and win the Europa League, we'll have 6 teams coming out from Italy next season in the Champions League. That would be interesting, and that would be crazy, to be honest with you. This new setup of Champions League is making things to look crazy already. But we're going to see what is going to happen with the coefficient ranking, as well as what is going to happen talking of the UEFA Conference League, and also too in the English Premier League, the teams that can make it into the Champions League, because there is a little bit of question mark on who's going to finish 4th. Aston Villa are sitting 4th right now, 3 points ahead of Tottenham Hotspur. So a little bit of fight is left for the 4th place in the English Premier League. But looking at Liverpool entirely right now, they are out of steam. First of all, they are not converting chances. They are conceding goals. And for a side that wants to win the league in the most crucial part of the season, you don't expect this kind of thing from them now. No, you don't. And a team that is in this kind of position and doing this kind of stuffs, yes, not talking of a lack of ruthlessness, conceding goals and not winning games, you know that problem D now. Problem D. They have to fix it quickly. They have to fix it. And starting from this game against Fulham, you know what? The problem is Fulham, whenever they play at home, they are good. In their last 15 games at home, they've conceded only 13 goals. And it's like Andres Pereira, the former Man United player, is beginning to find himself in very good positions and he's scoring goals for this team. Yeah, Andres Pereira has been quite a revelation to this season, especially in the last couple of weeks for his side, because he has performed a little bit better than what he's been doing. There will be so many twists in the title race from now till the end of the season too. If Liverpool win, they go ahead of Manchester City in the league table. But the problem is, can they win? Look at their conversion rate in the last 6 games. My word, that is very, very poor. I tell you this. In the last 4 games, they've only scored 3 goals. And in the last 3 games, the last 3 goals they've scored in forward is only one open play goal they have. The goal that Luis Diaz scored against Manchester United. That is the only goal they can show for it. And when you look at the amount of big chances that their strikers are missing, for goodness sake, what was Salah thinking that he couldn't convert that, he couldn't lob that goalkeeper and score that goal? Talking of the Atlanta goalkeeper, what was he thinking? At that point, if the game had gone into 2-0, we would have been talking about something different right now. I'm very confident, I can boldly tell you this. We would have been talking about something right now. But the Liverpool attackers are lacking confidence, they are lacking composure, they are just being bare nickel for the meantime. But they need to pick themselves up. For you to play for a team like Liverpool, you have to perform at the most crucial stage. You have to. Jurgen Klopp sadly will be bidding a farewell from Liverpool without a European trophy. what we didn't expect at some point, but right now it is the reality. We have to accept it like that. That is how it is going to be at the end of the season. His only hope right now to have that trophy parade is for him to win the Premier League. And winning the Premier League right now, that City are sitting in that position. Kai, problem D, I'm telling you, akwai matsala. Billahi. But we will see what is going to happen with the Liverpool team. First of all, Liverpool club has to fix that attacking line. Darwin Núñez has missed like 40 big chances this season. 40 big chances. Somebody Allah. And Mohamed Salah has missed 15, has missed 7, has converted 15. You know, when you look at the rate, I think it's only Diego Jota's one that is impressive. He has missed 7 and he has scored 7. And he's their most ruthless finisher in the attacking line for Liverpool. For me, that is what I see. But we wait to see what is going to happen. Liverpool need to pick themselves. They don't have time. They don't have time. We only have 6 games in the Premier League, and they'll still be playing in the Merseyside derby next week. They've got Aston Villa still in the number of games that they will play. They've got Tottenham much more to play too. So they have to pick themselves up. No time. Train hard. You know, pray for the confidence to come around and let the players start scoring goals. Wait to see what is going to happen in the next couple of weeks for Liverpool, but this Fulham tie is going to be a bit tricky, especially that Liverpool are traveling away from Anfield and playing this one. We'll see. Let's switch attention into the English FA Cup, because in the English FA Cup, Chelsea will be against Manchester City on Saturday at exactly 15 minutes after 5. This is going to be interesting. Cole Palmer, former Manchester City player, is in the form of his life right now. He has scored 25 goals in all competitions. He has set up 13 assists. And he will be ready to play against his former side, whom actually got knocked out of the Champions League during the course of the week. Real Madrid defeated them in the Champions League. They went home after a long day, if I can put it this way, because it was 120 minutes of football between Real Madrid and Manchester City. And City dominated those 120 minutes entirely. At some point, Pep Guardiola thought, Kai, let me just rest these big players for Chelsea, because it's not only the Champions League that we are choosing. He substituted Erling Haaland, Manuel Akanji, as well as Kevin De Bruyne, whom to me, that was what cost Manchester City that game. Because when you're approaching penalties, you cannot take off your best players. And he took off 2 of his best players that I can put my money on and say they can score penalties in the penalty shootout. But unfortunately for Pep, he didn't seize it like that. Some say the substitution was to win the game, so they couldn't win the game. He just risked it. Yes, he just panicked, and at the end of the day, it didn't work. So playing against Chelsea in this one, a Chelsea side that has rested over the, I think they only played on Monday where Cole Palmer scored those 4 goals against everything. After that, they are yet to be in action. So they have got the whole week resting, and they've got an extra Friday too to rest and prepare for Manchester City on Saturday. City only played on Wednesday. They've got only Thursday, Friday to prepare for that game. Just 2 days. It's not easy. It's not easy. But for you to be a big team, you have to learn how to be in this kind of places. That is why you have depth. And City have got depth. One of the best squad in Europe when you look around right now. Even arguably the best. Arguably the best. Yes. So they should be ready and prepared for this one for me. Cole Palmer should be the one leading Chelsea in this tie. But Pep Guardiola insisted that Cole Palmer has been insisting that he wants to leave Manchester City for quite some time, and they gave him that taking over last summer. The twinkle-toed Manchester-born playmaker is in the form of his life. In the Premier League, he has got 20 goals though. He has got 20 goals, him alone, in the Premier League. In 41 games entirely in total, he has played 41 games. He has scored 29 goals for Chelsea this season. Manchester City are like a machine. At this time of the season, you know, it's very difficult to break them down. It's very difficult to beat them. But in the FA Cup semi-final, they've already messed things up. They almost always mess things up, because they've been only in 2 FA Cup finals under Pep Guardiola since he came to Manchester City. And they've been in 6 semi-finals in the FA Cup. They've won just only 2. Liverpool knocked them out back in the days. I can remember that in my head. And Arsenal knocked them out twice in the FA Cup. I can remember that in 2017 and in 2020. And Chelsea too knocked them out in 2021. So this is a very difficult period during the season. You know, football, hectic schedules, and so many football on these players. They always get tired at this point of the season. Can I say City are mediocre when it comes to the FA Cup semi-finals? But for Chelsea, it's a different case. But let's see what is going to happen now. Let's see. Erling Haaland is doubtful for this one. Although Pep Guardiola has confirmed that Kevin De Bruyne is fit and ready to play, but Erling Haaland is a doubt according to Pep Guardiola. going forward into this one. For Chelsea, they've got Christopher Okuku, who is back in partial training right now, and Raheem Sterling as well as Enzo Fernandez. Both of them are back and ready to help Chelsea secure a ticket into the finals of the FA Cup. Chelsea are good in cup competitions this season. In the finals of the Carabao, in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. They will give Manchester City a run for their money, definitely in this game. We'll see what is going to happen. In the other side, Manchester United will be the ones locking horns with Coventry in the other semi-final of the FA Cup. That should be on Sunday. Yes, on Sunday, United will be back in action. And on that Sunday, it will be exactly 2 years that Erik ten Hag was appointed as Manchester United manager. That will mark his anniversary. Can Manchester United give Erik ten Hag an anniversary gift? This season, not even this season, his entire stay at Manchester United has been full of ups and downs. Last season, you can look at it and say, well, signs of progress. They went into the finals of the FA Cup, lost to Manchester City, won the Carabao Cup, finished third in the Premier League. Can say positives all over the place. But this season has been full with disappointments, to be honest with you. Massive disappointment for Manchester United. Inconsistencies in results and performances for Man United, and the tenure entirely has been tumultuous, to be honest with you. Manchester United this season, they have had their problems, just like I said, inconsistencies up and down the place on the hill, as well as the change in the hierarchy at the club. When you look at this kind of things, you say, Kai, Ten Hag's job is on the line right now. Gary Neville said his future is entirely dependent on winning the FA Cup. But can he win the FA Cup? That's a big question. United shouldn't underrate this Coventry side. I've watched this Coventry played in the FA Cup. They are good. They are good. They can play. If I lie, ask Wolves, or lie, they'll tell you. That their striker, the one that has here, I cannot basically remember his name right now, but I know he has here. That one, they score goal up and down the place. I am telling you. United, you have to be careful. You have to be careful with what is coming after you right now. Yes, you can look at the mismanagement of Erik ten Hag and Man United, the disconnection between him and the players, so many things. But there are positives too. Just like I said earlier, being in the final of the FA Cup, as well as the semi-finals right now, and we talk about the final and then winning the Carabao Cup. So many things to consider. But looking at the Manchester United side entirely, after winning the semi-finals of the FA Cup, after beating Liverpool in the quarter-finals, of the FA Cup, they have went on to put in inconsistent performances against Brentford, against Chelsea, in which they've lost, and against Bournemouth, which they survived. It was full of sweat, but at the end of the day, Bruno Fernandes helped Erik ten Hag and the team out. And with this kind of performances, you can never put your money on Manchester United. That is one thing I can only tell you right now. You cannot put your money on Manchester United even for 1 minute, because they can mess things up. They can mess things up. But wait to see what is going to happen. The hierarchy, talking of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, has been following the progress of Manchester United. He has been trying his best to make sure that you watch the games of the club, which we have seen him watch those games for like 3 or 4 games, the last 3 or 4 games for Man United. Ten Hag is a problem. This Sir Jim Ratcliffe that is following you guys is a problem. You have to be careful. You have to get things together and start winning games. I am telling you. Because if not, wahala go dey. Problem day for Man United centre back, because it has been confirmed by Ten Hag that Harry Maguire hopefully will be fit, but Rafael Varane, Johnny Evans, Lisandro Martinez, all of them are out. The only 2 players, even Victor Lindelof, the only 2 players that Ten Hag has got is Willy Kambwala as well as Harry Maguire. The only 2 players that you can look at and say, okay, you can get something out of them. They are the ones that can play for the team. But apart from them, none that you can show and say, yes, they'll go ahead and play. It's only in the academy that they can get another one now. So, let's shift our focus away from this Man United game right now. We've looked at Man United game against Coventry, City playing against Manchester City, City playing against Chelsea, as well as the Premier League, Arsenal, Wolves, Liverpool, Fulham. So let's switch attention to the Spanish La Liga around things up, talking of the El Clasico. The El Clasico is coming down this weekend. Real Madrid are back in action too after that, after that performance they put in against Manchester City, that defensive performance they put in against Manchester City to make sure they secure that semi-final ticket, which was a boost for the team going forward. It is a boost going forward for the team, especially right now that they're after the Spanish La Liga. According to speculations, Real Madrid see that tie against Barcelona as important as Barcelona see that tie, because they are feeling like winning that game would put them in a very good position, talking of going 11 points clear, and their only focus for the next 10 days will be on playing against Bayern Munich in the Champions League semi-finals. That is what Real Madrid are after in this game. They want to play. They are excited. They want to play against Barcelona and very excited to play in this one. That is their main focus right now. Get into that 11 point, and the La Liga is done and dusted with 6 games to go. If there is going to be any problem for Real Madrid, I don't expect them to drop 11 points in 6 games, to be honest with you. Even Barcelona knows that after this game, if they get to lose this game, it is over and it is done and dusted for them. Real Madrid, on their side, they will be hosting Barcelona at the Santiago Bernabeu, and there is a chance for them to go 11 points clear. They are the best team in the La Liga this season with 24 wins, 6 draws, and 1 defeat in 31 games, and they have picked up 78 points. They are scoring 67 goals and conceding only 20. That is the best record in the league this season for any team that is playing in the Spanish La Liga, which is very good for them going forward. They are scoring goals are great, they are winning games, and Barcelona will be traveling to the Camp Nou. They will be traveling to the Santiago Bernabeu. Sorry. Barcelona have not lost any game away from home this season. Their only problem has been at home where they lost games, but away from home they are yet to lose any game. And they'll be traveling to a side that has not lost any game playing at home. I am telling you, this game is going to be fantastic. Don't miss out. This game is going to be fabulous for everyone to watch it. Oh my days, it's going to be fire. Yes, for Barcelona on their own side, the future of Xavi Hernandez has been the main talking point for the club even before the Champions League elimination against PSG. Every game that comes around, that Xavi Hernandez future has been one of the conversations that has surrounded Barcelona's games this season. So playing against Real Madrid too, there are speculations that Barcelona will sit down after El Classico and see where the future of Xavi Hernandez is going to head to. Is it that he's departing or is he staying, on which conditions and so? That is going to be the main focus of the team before that. But before the game already, we have seen the president of the club coming out to insist that they must win this game to make sure they stay in the Spanish La Liga title race. And Barcelona this season, can I say they are the second best team in the league? In the last 8 games they've played, they have been unbeaten in them, winning 8 of them. And in the last 4, they have won all the last 4 games that they have played. You know, this season, especially since when Xavi Hernandez announced that he will be leaving the club at the end of the season, they've been fantastic. The second best away record in the league behind Real Madrid with 33 points picked in 11 games, and they're unbeaten, just like I said earlier, away from home. And for the team news too, Barcelona have got no any injury issues. Although there are this aggy-baggy in the dressing room of Barcelona between Roland Araujo, talking of the defender that received the red card against PSG, and Ilkay Gundogan, who came out to express his anger of what this guy did, talking of Roland Araujo in that game. But that is their own concern. According to Julius Conde, everything has been settled between them. They are fine and they are ready to go out and play in the El Clasico. We see what is going to happen in this one. But for me, I cannot say who is going to win. No. For me, it's just to come and analyze the game, and I don't analyze. I don't do my own finish. Yes. But the momentum is with Real Madrid, the confidence is with them. But you can never rule out a side that has won the last 4 games in the league. They are unbeaten since January in the league. And before that defeat against PSG, they were unbeaten in 13 games. Shikena. We can only say 1 defeat in 14, which is a very good and solitary record going forward. But really, regaining the La Liga title, defending it is going to be difficult against this Real Madrid side. But we have to see what is going to happen in the El Clasico. No matter what happens, whichever side that wins, whether to go top of the league or not, the bragging rights will be with them on Monday morning going to office. We'll see what is going to happen. For me right now, I'm getting, can I say I'm tired, sir? I'm tired because I'm my mouth. And I've got the house segment too to sit down, record it, edit it, and post it. Oh my God, it's not easy to do this work. It's not easy. But for me, right now, I can only say goodbye. See you next time. Bye.